Hello everyone, in this video I plan on going through Liam's abilities from Drakantos. Liam is the warrior archetype, has a two-handed sword, swings it, does some damage, and also is a defensive role as well, where his defensive makes him kind of a tanky class as well. Liam was my main character that I played, my main hero, during the closed beta, so when we go through the screenshots of these abilities, so the numbers might be a little bit inflated from what you would normally see at like a starting point from Liam, but nonetheless the skills do is going to be the same here. So let's go ahead and jump right into his first ability here, and that is going to be his block ability. So this is like the spacebar ability here. He wields his massive sword defensively, using it to block incoming attacks with a 100% damage reduction. I did notice that you do still take a very small amount of damage. I'm talking like 6-7 damage, something like that. So it's not a 100% damage reduction, but you do negate I would say 99% of the damage. But very helpful for when you know a big attack like a monster smash or a dragon breath, things like that. It will negate the majority of that damage and allow you to really kind of tank something to the face and not really have to worry about moving out. What the first orb does is it basically adds another charge to it, but also increases the cooldown. And then the next orb increases his movement speed while blocking, so you get a short burst of speed there. The third one adds a perfect timing that gives him energy, and energy is used to use ultimate abilities, so it would stack the ultimate cooldown up for you so that you can use that more often. And then finally it adds a thorns kind of component where he deals damage to nearby enemies if it's timed perfectly as well. Then next we'd have his basic attack, which is a giant slash, where he uses his giant sword to slash his target and deals some damage. These orbs on these seem to be all consistent through the classes, where the first orb increases the cast speed by 10%, and the second orb increases it by 25%. His next ability is his giant smash. This is where he kind of uses his immense strength to smash the ground with a sword and deals damage to all enemies in the area. And then the first orb adds a charge component, where if you charge it for 2 seconds, it also knocks them back and does more damage. And the third orb reduces the amount of time you need to charge that down to 1.2 seconds. Still the same damage and the pushback. His next ability is Heroic Strike, where Liam jumps 3 meters forward and fiercely plunges his sword into the ground, dealing damage to all enemies in an area and reducing their movement speed by 60 for 4 seconds. This is a really good gap closer, and his first orb also adds a pulling in effect to the area there as well, and further reduces their movement. And then the final orb adds a charge component where he can extend the range of the jump from 3 meters to 5 meters in there, and also further reduce their movement speed. And then Earth Shatter would be his next ability, where he pulls his giant sword from the ground, causing the earth to fracture progressively, dealing damage to enemies in a line, and reducing the movement speed for 2 seconds. And then his first orb basically adds a stun to that pull away there as well. So it stuns them for 2 seconds instead of reducing their movement speed. And then the final orb makes the fracture instant and also causes them to do more damage on the line itself, and then a little bit less damage on the area next to the line, and still reduces their movement speed. Then Liam's ultimate ability is his Warrior's Cry. This is his defensive ability here. He shouts with all his might, taunting all enemies within a vast area for 8 seconds. During his battle cry, he benefits from 100% damage reduction, and afterwards maintains a formidable damage reduction for 20 seconds as well. on the screen here, you'll see that it's a 50% damage reduction. It does start at 30, and each time you put ability points in there, it increases the percentage to 40 and then to 50 there. This is a really good ability that both has that taunting component where it's an AoE taunt. Taunts basically everything on the screen except things that might be on the far reaches there. It's a pretty wide taunt there. And the damage reduction is nice. It's only while he's shouting, so there might be like a 1 second window where you have invulnerability there. But the 20 seconds of damage reduction after that is very nice as well. It does allow you to tank things as well, so it's something you could use to taunt things if things are on your party members and you want to get them off so that you can have them focus on you. It's also something where you can use if there's a smash or a breath or something like that is going to do a lot of damage. It can be an emergency invulnerability there for you. And then it's also something good where if you know you're going to be taking a lot of hits within the next 20 seconds, you can reduce the damage from those by half for those 20 seconds there, or up to half I should say. So it's a really good overall ability here. And it's a really great ability. I like the way it works, where it gives you that invulnerability for a little bit, so you can use it defensively, and it also taunts everything, and also gives you that long damage reduction as well. I was able to find that a lot of times within that 20 seconds, I was able to get my ultimate bar back up. So as long as you're utilizing like perfect blocks with this block ability and using that to gain more energy, and also making sure you're using abilities as well, so you're still gaining that energy. You can pretty much keep that damage reduction up with very low downtime. So it's very nice toolkit to have for him, and allows him to be super tanky while he's doing that. And that's going to wrap up Liam's abilities here. Thank you so much for watching the video. Again, do keep in mind this was done during the closed beta test, and these abilities are subject to change if the developers decide to kind of move things around. They have mentioned they are focusing on the defensive and support classes because some of their toolkits weren't giving them their utility, kind of like in this case the defensive abilities, the taunt and everything. With like the healers, their healing, they didn't get to like level 12, so they were looking at potentially either making you get these abilities sooner, or maybe granting other abilities to do things as well. So these things may change, but for now this is what was on the closed beta. I don't see them shaking things up too much, maybe just making you get things earlier. So thank you so much for watching, and look out for the next one here.